Have you ever wondered what the world would look like if the United States just disappeared? Not in a catastrophic way, but just vanished overnight. It's a wild thought experiment, so let's dive into it. First, let's talk about the global economy. The US dollar is the world's primary reserve currency. Without it, international trade would be thrown into chaos. Countries would scramble to find a new standard, maybe the euro, maybe the yuan, leading to massive financial instability. Think of it like the world's economic operating system suddenly crashing. Every transaction, from buying oil to international investments, would need a complete overhaul. Markets would likely panic, and a global recession would be almost certain as everyone tries to figure out the new rules. Next, global security would be completely redrawn. The US has military bases and alliances all over the world. Without this presence, a huge power vacuum would open up. Who would fill it? Regional powers like China, Russia, or a more unified Europe would likely step in to expand their influence. Long-standing regional tensions that were kept in check might flare up. For example, stability in places like the Middle East or the South China Sea could become much more fragile. Alliances like NATO would face an existential crisis. Would it survive without its most powerful member? It's a huge question mark. Then there's the cultural and technological impact. Think about it. Hollywood, Silicon Valley, brands like Apple, Google, and McDonald's. American culture has spread to every corner of the globe. Without the US, the global cultural landscape would change dramatically. Perhaps we'd see a rise in media and tech from other countries, like South Korea's K-pop and K-dramas, or China's tech giants. The internet itself, which has its roots in American research, would continue to evolve. But its governance and dominant platforms might shift away from US companies. The innovation wouldn't stop, but the engine driving a lot of it would suddenly be gone. But it's not all doom and gloom. Some might argue that a world without the US could be a more and perhaps more balanced place. Countries would be forced to cooperate more directly, without relying on a single superpower to lead or mediate. International institutions, like the United Nations, might become more influential as nations work together to solve global problems like climate change or pandemics. Regional blocs could strengthen, creating a network of powers instead of a single dominant one. It would be a world where diplomacy and negotiation become even more critical for survival and prosperity. Finally, what about daily life? The products you buy, the movies you watch, the websites you visit? So much of it is connected to the US. Your favorite Netflix show might not exist. The smartphone in your pocket might have been designed differently. It's a reminder of how interconnected our world truly is. So, a world without the United States would be fundamentally different, more chaotic in some ways, perhaps more balanced in others. It's a fascinating thought that really shows how much of an impact one nation can have on the entire planet. What do you think would be the biggest change? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this thought experiment, make sure to subscribe for more.